Welcome back to episode 99 of the Block Runner Podcast. I'm your host, William, always here with your co-host, I-Man.
What's up, Willis?
What is up, dude? So this is the last one of 2020. What do you think, dude?
Is it?
Yeah, man. I think, well, actually...
We're planning on meeting up in a couple of days, so depending on how
you're right.
awesome your editing chops are, we could squeeze in another one. But yeah, let's pretend this is the last one.
Yeah, let's assume this is the last one. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can get another video out.
Yeah, but yeah, we need to all, because it's been a while since we've all gathered and recorded.
Yeah.
Mostly due to COVID, dude. I've been really trying my best to avoid
for sure
COVID these days because it's getting spreading like wildfire. But
it is.
But it is what it is. But yeah, we should have a meeting. We should discuss and kind of go over, because it's still kind of mind blowing to me that we've only been doing this Decentraland stuff for less than a year.
Yeah.
I can't believe, if you haven't seen it yet, I edited a video yesterday of basically a whole recap / the same thing YouTube does every year with your rewind videos.
Right.
They just kind of go over all the highlights of their platform and put out this nice little video snippet.
Yeah.
Just going through that, dude, I was like, holy shit, man. I can't believe all this happened in a 10-month time frame. You know?
It's pretty wild. It's
fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, and not only that, so it happened, Decentraland launched in February 20th, 2020. And that's when we launched. And then a week or two later, that's when the drop off from COVID happened, right? That's when Bitcoin went back to $4,000 and everyone thought the world was ending.
Yeah.
And we were talking about COVID in January, right after we interviewed Andreas. We were talking about how China was spraying this smoke or whatever it was, disinfectant. All over Wuhan and all over other cities in China.
See, looking back on that, dude, that looked like a terrifying scene out of a movie. Oh my God, these Chinese, how could they do that to their people? But now looking back on that, dude, that brilliantly executed.
That's right.
their COVID protocol or whatever, their pandemic protocol, just it might look inhumane for the time, 6 months of literally locking them into their domicile so they can't get the fuck out. Spread this thing around. All
right.
What was I talking about?
So we're back. Sorry for the jump cut there, but we were talking about how in the last 10 months this felt like 10 years in Decentraland, and how
we were going over
how much progress.
And the COVID stuff. All I was doing is giving China their props for handling COVID way better than you.
Yeah, but you know what? COVID, the return of COVID is hitting probably twice as hard as it was earlier in the year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Japan is shutting down. There's a lot of cities shutting down too, even in the United States.
So we got to get in our fucking IRL meetups before the real shutdowns occur.
For sure.
But I don't think anything's going to happen here in Texas, to be honest.
I think it's going to be interesting getting together logistically, just because our desk space isn't exactly optimal for 3 people.
Oh, no.
But we'll
figure it out. We're going to have to sardine it out?
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay. Yeah, dude, we've conquered much bigger obstacles in our past. I think we'll figure out the sardine issue.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. But yeah, man. Outside of that, so there's a few things on our mind, right? I guess the one thing I was talking to you about before we started recording is the Fewocious drop that's coming up.
Well, before we get into the content, let's go into this Decentraland right now, and let's spin that crate.
Oh, okay.
And let's get this out of the way, because we're lagging behind on this, and pretty soon we won't have to do this. The claims for this crate will be available for the winners themselves, so they'll just have to jump in the world and then do the spin, and then they get what they get, right?
Yeah.
So let's jump in and do that. I'm logging in right now. And so these winners of the last event, so we have another one coming up. So we had a huge event coming up, or that was supposed to drop this past weekend, and right now it's Monday, December 28th. and the DCL API the land API was down, and so we couldn't really deploy anything. So our event got postponed potentially to tomorrow, and this one was supposed to be a pretty big one because we have a new arena, we got weapons to showcase, like.
Oh yeah, yeah. Might as well pull up the weapons, while we're here. You have them
Well,
on
actually,
display.
they're displayed in that location, -70, -6.
That's right. I went to the wrong location. I went
Yeah.
to our tower for some reason.
Yeah, don't go there.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
All right, we're loading in here.
Yeah, for sure. So the idea, I guess, during this event is going to be just an opportunity to demo these weapons, because the whole idea behind CZ is, all of the activity of the game itself like leads you to acquiring these weapons and leveling them up and
Yeah.
Customizing them, all that stuff. So the weapons is pretty much like the backbone of the whole game.
Yeah.
You would think.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's going to be cool to demo them during this event. These aren't going to be the real NFT version of them, but I mean, this is the actual like 3D models. You know what I mean? And they're animated, ready to go, ready for action. So
yeah,
it's going to be cool, man. Looking forward to that.
Okay, so I'm here. These are the weapons that Iman was talking about. So these are brand new, thanks to Toxam and Polygonal Mind Team for making these. And so they're clipped into the ground right now. But yeah, so we have a shotgun, we have a rifle, we have a handgun, and we also have a sword, a melee weapon. So with these, they'll have RNG kind of attributes, and so the lucky few will get like a perfect weapon and dominate their foes in this arena here. So I don't know if the weapons are implemented yet. No, they're not.
Yeah, not yet.
Okay.
You mean like by walking into the battle arena?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, no, yeah. The idea is supposed to be you're able to equip them at the event that's still needs to be built in the gamer district. But yeah, once you equip them, you should be able to run into the arena. I think there's going to be some new game modes, if not at least one. I think King of the Hill. That's what Oscar's been talking about. But
okay.
So far, nothing has rendered for me, dude. I'm having some difficulty.
Yeah, we're also having difficulty with the gamer district. I mean,
yeah. See, that's another thing, man. Yeah, it's tough to like announce these things without properly testing it, right? And so far, my experience with the gamer district has not been.
Yeah, so we're not the gamer district. The gamer district is I guess brought to you by Decentraland, and I think the conglomeration of all the creations from people in a single place is a bad idea because not a whole lot of optimization is occurring.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. You think people are just going over that threshold?
Not necessarily the threshold, but just like the design of their games is just not optimal for Decentraland. It's optimal for the creator making a game that's functional, but not necessarily the best experience when everything else is like not optimized, right?
Yeah, no, I could definitely feel it, dude. Whenever I log in over there, immediately everything starts to malfunction. Yeah. All my internet browser tabs stop working, and it's not a good time. So I'm a little hesitant on like I'm not expecting too much as far as like seamless gameplay, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean, but luckily we have plenty of other, like this one we're standing in front of, plenty of other PvP battle arenas. Sure. I think we're gonna have like teleportation capabilities at that district just in case, right? Like so you guys can teleport out.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fail safes because we can't have that. The other thing I was gonna say is Decentraland implemented voice within the world. So now if you press and hold T, you'll be able to talk to everybody around you.
Yeah, that's a good
update.
Yeah. And it's going to be really, especially good for situations like this. I don't think, last I heard, people are still like really shy
Hey,
and
when
not so
I
open.
so I went to Frankie's Tavern. It looks like a Moe's Tavern from Simpsons,
Hmm.
and people were chatting it up in there, man. It was kind of trippy and cool at the same time.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
So yeah, so this is basically what we imagine would happen. Then it's just it's like the roundtables that we used to do, but more like community, meaning like anybody could talk, right?
yeah,
Like,
that's right.
which is cool. It's not so like organized and whatnot. It's just at the same time, man, bad things can happen. But I mean, that's life, dude. Like I saw somebody as soon as Frankie opened that bar, he came in and he just started shouting the N word, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
immediately. Exactly, dude. So
Well,
I've
that's
been
the internet for you, right?
yeah, exactly. You know, this stuff is inevitable.
Yeah,
You know, and how he decided to like moderate this activity, if moderation is even necessary,
yeah. I
who
mean,
knows?
you can mute players too, so he
That was
can
kind of like
the end
the
result.
yeah, that was like the default like I guess strategy how to deal with that. Like if you don't like what somebody's saying, you just mute them, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, that's been common in games since Xbox Live from 2010 or
exactly.
2000. Sorry, 2006 to 2005.
Yeah. Yeah, when you get a fucking lobby full of like
Yeah,
pu-
kids.
prepubescent children, like they're all like loaded with acne and like, you know,
Yeah,
there's just all kinds of foul things are said in those lobbies.
yeah,
So expect the same here, but yeah, slowly we're starting to
yeah. I
get
mean,
exposed to that
Decentraland up to
reality.
this point has been pretty civil, simply because it requires a lot of money to get in, and second, there's just not a whole lot of kids here. So
Yeah, it's mostly like a community of developers at this point,
yeah,
mostly. And you know, just from what my experience, developers are pretty tame people. You know, they're not out here trying to like cause chaos, unless I don't know, they're like Mr. Robot type developers, I guess,
Mr. Robot.
fucking fucking hackers and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, once the normies arrive and shit, and they start, you know, you'll start to experience more
Yeah.
shenanigans, I guess. But anyways,
All right, let's jump into the winners here. So, who are they? We got Funzer Seifu, Dirty Bird, and Peter Griffin. So, the usual suspects. All right, so let's get these guys their wearables. So,
okay.
let's hit it. And we're getting the spin here. There's no sound because I muted everything. And Funzer Seifu receives Exoblades.
Damn, son.
All right.
I think he probably already has them, but they're still good to have an extra pair. Maybe he doesn't. But congrats.
Okay, next one is Dirty Bird. And he is getting, here comes the spin. Another thing that Corona Zombies implemented is mining for CZ coins. So if you just hang out here, you'll start collecting coins. Now, it's not, oh, we got the HoloLens for Dirty Bird. So it's still being tested, so the stuff that you earn are still kind of questionable yet right now. But that's going to be something that's going to be implemented at an ERC 20 level eventually.
Hell yeah. Yeah, the goal has always been to like make a fun game, but also, I mean,
Play to earn.
we've said it many times already. Yeah, play to earn is the real killer use case, I think, for blockchain,
Yeah.
at least in the gaming sector. So yeah, we got to make that a reality for
Yeah.
sure.
All right. Last one, Peter Griffin. So that's 478 kills, 384, and then 306. Oh, we got Exoblades for Peter Griffin.
Damn, very nice. So some good loot drops, boys. Congrats. Thanks for the loyal support. You know, all that game testing is very valuable feedback for us.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, congrats, guys.
So we made one thing. We made a change, I think, since this last tournament, and I think it's the actual like crosshair slash accuracy mechanic of the game.
Yeah, let's jump in here. Let's see if we can like shoot at each other a couple times.
Okay. My shit's like so bugged. I can't even see anything. So hold on. Let me see if I can find you, dude. Where you at?
Hold on, I'm spawning every 5 seconds.
Okay, I think I just heard you spawn.
Okay, I'm in now. Oh yeah, this is cool. So we got crosshairs.
You don't see me, do you?
I do see you.
Oh, you do? Can you
Yeah.
shoot me?
Yeah, let me see. Don't move.
Not moving.
There.
Okay, you hit me.
Yeah.
All right, let me be your target dummy. But basically, the crosshairs used to pretty much be like static, like a laser, right?
Yeah.
Like, doesn't matter how much you're moving. Like your movement had no influence on the accuracy of your shot. So now it's like, as you're moving, you have like a much more higher probability of having like a way off the target shot, right? And then now we have like bullet holes also.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you seeing the bullet holes, or is it just the?
No, it's just for you, I think. But that's like a good way to kind of like test your accuracy, right? It's really hard, isn't it?
It's pretty hard, yes.
So this is one thing we need to figure out. We made this edition just to kind of up the difficulty. I think it made it a little too difficult though. So I think some tweaking is necessary.
Yeah, so I'm showing the audience right now is that when you have the crosshair constrained, you
let me stand still.
Yeah, you hit the target like on point, but once you start moving,
yeah, the shots are like so wild.
Yeah.
It's almost like I don't know. I was hoping this edition would make the game feel a little more tactical and less like just chaos. But
Dude,
maybe that's not the way to do it. Maybe the chaos was the right way to do it. You know, like just straight run and gun style.
Yeah, dude, that's so true, man. Like
it's totally.
I'm testing it out, and it works exactly how you would expect. I mean, a gun when you're moving around is not going to be accurate.
Yeah, exactly. So you kind of like want to pick your shots a lot more precisely, I guess. Like wait for that crosshair to get as accurate as possible,
right?
And take that kill shot.
That's right.
But by doing that, you're really slowing down the action.
But that's good, man.
I don't know.
This is great.
We need more feedback, I think. Like, is this less fun or more fun?
No, it's going to be more fun. Now, during this event, we'll get that feedback we're looking for. But this is great, man.
Yeah, no, I love what Oscar did as far like the game feels much more technical now, and so optimal like movement is just holding shift when you maneuver through the game. Like instead of just like max speed running, you're just kind of like walking across the arena, right? Because that brings your crosshairs in at a reasonable level, I think.
Yeah.
So, but still, that makes you like a super vulnerable target, you know, because you're walking, easy to shoot. So I don't know, man. We'll figure this out. Yeah, we're gonna need lots of testing. If people actually like start complaining about the shooting mechanics, then yeah, we might have to revert to legacy crosshairs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, man, they're gonna have to suck it up.
We'll see. But yeah, besides that, what else were we going to talk about?
All right, let's jump off of Decentraland. But before we jump off, let's showcase the voting stuff. So what we found interesting is we have the potential winners here for the Game Jam December 2020 Saved Christmas, and I think it's Christmas time at 298 and Christmas Lottery at 297, and then who else? I think we got Pirate Fever at 25. Yeah, and then Corona Zombies at 21. Yeah, that's about it. Those are the closest ones. However, Toonpunk, he on their Discord says that there's been some irregularities in the voting, and so not to celebrate too soon. And so they're going to be investigating. So I can't imagine what irregularities they're talking about, man. Can you?
Are you being facetious?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering. Yeah. No, dude, it's obvious. I think the thing that's questionable are the amount of votes, right? It's just too much vote activity.
Yeah, I mean, agreed.
For certain entrants, you know, so.
Yeah.
How that came about, we don't know. That's the whole point of the investigation, right? It just looks fucking questionable. Yeah, there you go. Thank you for sharing that with me. You know, like everyone else is sitting in like a realistic realm, because dude, we're as engaged with Decentraland community as anybody else, so we know what like how big the community is, right?
Right.
Like yeah, see a voting weight of like 25 to 30 to 40 is consistent with what we've seen in the past.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
But once you start to get into the hundreds,
yeah, in the hundreds,
where did all that come from? You know, like I think even during like peak Decentraland events, you don't even see this many people in Decentraland. You know.
Yeah.
So it's a little questionable.
Yeah.
Let's find out what happened. Not making any accusations or anything. It's just like either you guys are fucking like just straight gods,
god tier, yeah,
or there's some weird shit going on.
Yeah. But. Which is, I mean, who cares? I mean, what's the point of this voting thing? I don't even know. We just we submitted Corona Zombies because Oscar put in a lot of work, and we just threw it out there, and that's it. Like, we don't really care about any of this stuff. So
yeah, we care in the sense that hopefully it onboards more developers, like from outside the community into the community. So like they have like. You know, hopefully there's stickiness and there's more people creating.
Mm-hmm.
But I think ultimately that's why Decentraland does these events, these game jams, you know, just to incentivize creation. But see, that's the problem. Once they're over, most of them don't feel,
but we've talked about this. We know why. Once it's over, there's no stickiness because there's no clear way to make money.
Yeah, to monetize.
To monetize, yeah. And
so we've seen from previous game jams, a lot of them end up coming to us like, hey, how do I get involved? I want to keep developing in Decentraland, but my time is money. You know, I got to try and make money somehow. And, you know, some of them have made metas in the past. Some of them haven't. You know, they just maybe even the meta concept wasn't enough for them. Who knows?
Yeah, that's right.
So either way, yeah. So this is one of the main issues that we're all trying to address. We're trying to get more development into Decentraland. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because ultimately, I mean, if you can help people make money, they'll continue building and continue creating content and make money, right? If not, they're just gonna go away. Especially if the prizes for this game jam, they're not like anything ridiculously high.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, our premise is, you know, if you're going to make content, make sustainable content, put it on MetaZone. It seems like a little self-serving, but it's ultimately it's a support system, right? It's a way to get that content that people want onto land, and so it builds out the metaverse. It funds the creator, and the landowner is happy. So, I mean, I don't know how you can, you know, pick apart this idea. So, yeah.
And speaking of that, Ethermon just had like a super successful
that's right
event, like meta launch event. Basically, first they airdropped their grass meta to any Decentraland landowner who was like willing to go through the claiming process that we kind of just recently implemented, right, on MetaZone.
Yeah, that's right.
So like, yeah, they did the snapshot of all these addresses, and all you have to do is create a MetaZone account and claim your grass meta, right? Yeah. And then deploy it before the turn of the new year. And I think, yeah, it's officially your meta at that point, right?
Yeah. So what's cool about this is that everyone got an airdrop. So if you held land on December 20th or before, actually, if you had land on December 20th, you would be part of this airdrop. And one of the cool things that Ethermon implemented was if you have 10 on, let's say if you had 10 of these on a particular parcel, then it would increase the spawn rate of the Ethermon that will be spawning here for battle. And so the more often it spawns, the more likely people are going to come and battle, and anybody who battles on your land, on your meta, you start reaping some marks as well as the battler. And
so how does that look? How does that look, dude? Just out of curiosity, if you have a single parcel,
yeah,
it's literally just like 10 grasses stacked on top of each other, but it looks like one, right?
Yeah. So yeah, and another indicator as to whether you're on a parcel with one grass meta or 10 grass metas is the color. So I don't think that's implemented just yet, but it will be very, very soon. And so you'll be able to know that, hey, this is a parcel where Ethermon spawn at, at a faster
No, that's
rate.
awesome.
Yeah. So
Color of what? The grass is gonna change?
yeah, the grass is going to change. Either,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, some sort of indicator, either these little flowers or the grass itself. So you'll see.
Yeah. Either that, or if you're the landowner who invested in purchasing 10 of these things, I think it'd be prudent for you to put up some kind of signage out there.
Yeah.
There's just plenty of like meta options for that. I would just put out like a nice big neon sign, like this is like Ethermon fucking prime spawning zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Just so people know, right? Like you're gonna get a high spawn rate here. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and on top of that, there's been 270 purchases of this grass meta.
Wow.
Yeah, which is
That's
crazy.
huge. It is crazy. So how much time is left? You have like a few more days, right?
Yeah, a couple more days. So if this is the first time you're hearing it, make sure you go to metazone.io, you create an account, you go to settings, add your ETH address, and then once you add your ETH address, go to your inventory, and in that inventory you'll see this grass meta on there. Click on it and install it on your land, and then grant, which is a gas process, right? You'll have to pay gas for that. And then hit deploy, and then in a few minutes you'll see this grass meta on your land. And if you happen to hold an Ethermon NFT that's supported in Decentraland, it will start walking around on your land.
Beautiful. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
Ethermon's starting to come along nicely, man. Now we got a few metas deployed and out there in the world, and I think their district's just around the corner, at least like the intro part to their district, right? Not the whole thing. I don't think it's going to get rolled out at once, but
right.
There's going to be something. I think like their town center or something like that. It's about to roll out very soon. So looking forward to that. What is this? Dapcraft Observatory?
Yeah. So it looks like Dapcraft added a new meta.
Oh, cool.
Interesting. Okay. So this is the first time I see it. All right. So I want to show, let me stop sharing here, and I want to show, well, I guess we don't have to show the video. Maybe I'll add the video in post.
Which one?
The video that you made?
Oh, okay.
Or do you want to react to it in real time?
Not really, dude.
Yeah, you've seen it like 10 million times by this time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've seen it a lot, but yeah, we could talk about it. There's some nice achievements. Now that's the end of the year. That was the whole reason why I made it, but it's nice to go over.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. So we have 100, real-time numbers. We have 145 metas, and I think we've sold over 1,200 metas in the 10 months that we've been around. And that translates to a total of 3 million mana, which is pretty goddamn good.
I think that's pretty impressive considering these aren't NFTs yet.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm very curious to know what the difference would be as far as like. I'm actually super glad we're probably gonna get through like a full year of like non-NFT metas, and then at some point we're gonna have a full year of NFT backed metas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that we can make the comparison.
Yeah.
It's
like
good.
Potentially we'll have 3 million mana in 1 year without NFTs, and then like 30 million mana
potentially
in NFT world.
Because like the content itself, I'm sure it's gonna get better from like next year to a previous year as like creators progress with their skills and they start to get more comfortable. SDK grows and capability and shit. But ultimately, it's still like the same content, right? It's Decentraland content.
Yeah.
But the only thing that's really going to change from now till then is the blockchain integration part, right? Like, so how much value does that represent? So we're about to find out here pretty soon, I think.
Yeah.
And that's the ultimate end goal, right? Like, we don't want this to just maintain like non-NFT because like that's not what everybody wants, right?
Yeah, that's exactly
everybody wants to have ownership of their content. So
yeah,
that's the mission.
Yeah. So what else? We have over 600 members. We have, I think, 300 land deployments, or maybe more than that.
I think it sounds a little sparse.
Yeah.
I want to say it's like in the 500s or so. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's over 500 now.
Okay.
So yeah, man.
So pretty good, man. Like I'm pretty happy with this as a first year. Just by keeping it real, dude. Had zero expectations of this at all.
Yeah.
Like when we first started.
Yeah. We had zero expectation. We didn't know, we didn't know anything. We didn't know, if this was going to work. We didn't know if people will like this or we're going to adopt this and use it.
Yeah, we barely knew what NFTs were. We still barely know what NFTs are. Like, it's just like it's a whole new sector of the crypto space that I was totally unaware of.
Yeah,
totally oblivious to. I mean, I was aware of it, like the whole CryptoKitty thing. Obviously, penetrated my radar 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But not enough for me to actually like investigate and like, find out how to purchase one of these fucking things. Instead, I was more like the guy who's like, WTF, why are people wasting their money on this shit? But now I totally get it.
Yeah, even you bought one of the Beeple
drops. I bought some art and I'm about to buy some more art because Fewocious apparently is dropping an open collection on Niftygateway, just like Beeple did.
Yeah. In
a few days. So, dude. So yeah, that's why I wanted to ask you, like, what's your, like, put on your fucking speculator hat. Like, what do you think's actually going to happen there? Like, from a speculative standpoint.
This one's tough. I mean, Fewocious is a big artist in the crypto space now, just because so many of the big names have talked about her. But I don't think she has the same reach as Beeple does, because Beeple's more like an internet person. Like myth, you know what I'm saying? Like he's more like in Instagram, more mainstream, more like has millions of followers.
But that's the thing. I don't think like any of his mainstream followers probably bought any of those art pieces. I bet.
No, only the crypto people did, because they're the only ones who knew like what this was
and like how to interact with these Web3
But how much did he make in a few minutes?
I mean, I don't know, but he made like $500 or $600 like in the first 5 minutes.
Well, yeah. See,
like selling, that was the open collection sale,
and and I think someone like Beeple, as optimized as he is in terms of like followers, he's the only one who could do something like this, just because he had so many followers.
Yeah, I think he was definitely a good like to kickstart this whole. I think what's obviously becoming a trend, just because Fewocious is following up just a couple weeks later.
Yeah, but she's not dropping a physical item, is she?
I don't think so. I really hope so, because that would incentivize me to buy even more.
Well, yeah, I mean, she makes physical art too, so whatever she's dropping physically is only like unique.
She only makes like one of ones though, like historically.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like whatever she's dropping, if it's physical, it's like one of ones.
Oh fuck! Well, then I probably can't afford any of it. Then I'm assuming, but it's an open collection, so the digital stuff is probably going to be Well, it's digital art, maybe. So I'll take a stab at it because it's an open collection. But what I'm thinking though is there's going to be like a ridiculous response to this, just because people know what happened to the Beeple open collection art pieces. Like they were like 4, 5, 6xing like the next day.
Yeah.
You know, people were making like insane returns on that art. So just from like a Moon Boy perspective, I think you're going to see a lot of people just gamble with this art that she's about to drop.
For sure.
As just they're going to try and make a quick flip. Buy it. Let's say it's priced at $1,000. Buy it for $1,000. Sell it for $2,000 like a couple hours later.
Yeah.
And you're going to see like some actual like market activity, like almost like a cryptocurrency ICO launch, right? Like there's going to be like a price battle.
Sure.
Maybe for like a week or something like that. So that's kind of like what I'm looking forward to watch. Not so much the art. Like, I mean, I like her art, but
yeah, I'm curious as to what the price is going to be.
Yeah, I like this whole new model, this open collection model, right?
When is this happening?
January 1st.
Damn.
New Year's, perfect timing, right? When everyone's wasted.
Yeah.
Get everyone liquored up and then start bidding on art, dude. There's gonna be some stupid prices being thrown out there.
Yeah, but
and there's like a nice little crypto run that's been going on, so people got a little bit more cash to spend.
Yeah, which we'll talk about in a minute here. But I think people did a good marketing like run up until the drop. So I don't know if she's doing that.
True.
I haven't been following.
I caught wind of it because she made a Twitter video today. But I haven't seen the art pieces or anything like that, right? Beeple had his like on full display for like a week ahead of time, right?
Yeah, Beeple's been planning this for like months.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the Niftygateway people, like they saw how successful the Beeple drop was, so they're like, we need to do this ASAP again. you know, we need like you gotta I don't know, you gotta
maintain
what's
it.
The saying? Or like strike when the fire is hot, or whatever the fuck the people say. I don't know.
Strike while the fire's hot. Yeah,
some shit like that.
Well, the iron's hot. Yeah,
the iron's hot. Yeah, and that's exactly what they're doing. So they're bringing in like the number 2 Fewocious. You know, like I'm pretty sure they pressured her into doing this. You know what I mean? Like, well, I'm pretty sure she didn't reach out to them. Like, I want to do an open collection. I'm pretty sure they reached out to her.
Yeah, because the open collection is probably their design, their structure in terms of probably optimizing whatever the artist is trying to do, right? Trying to sell. Like,
and just attracting like more casual investors like me, like like just people, you know, the non-whales of the community, you know. Yeah. That's what these open collections allow for, which is I think that's going to be huge. You know, because there's potential for these things. Like I said, because there's so many of them, they're not one of ones. That's what's notoriously wrong with art, is like they're limited supply. So there's not much market activity to kind of like gauge true valuation for them for. Because like a rare art piece might sell once every 2 or 3 years or some shit like that. So nobody really knows what these things are worth. Yeah. But if there's like 1,000 of these art pieces out there, that's a pretty good little sample pool to get data from. You know, there's a lot of activity, a lot of back and forth happening there.
That's right.
So there's an actual market that could emerge from this art stuff. You know what I mean? Which is pretty cool.
So January 1st. So I guess you haven't seen the art, so it's just gonna be like a blind drop. Whatever it is that she's dropping, you're just gonna purchase it. Dude.
I think I'm already like sucked in because I bought the Beeple collection, so now I feel like morally obligated.
Know what? If I were to recommend anything in terms of this stuff, I would stick with like Bitcoin related art. Just because, dude, Bitcoin, it's hard to overstate like what this could do to the entire like financial space. Because I know we've talked about it, like, you know, we beat it to death. But it's hard to comprehend like what Bitcoin will potentially do to countries, right? To the monetary system. And I think anything Bitcoin related to like big known, well-known artists is probably going to do well, you know, a decade from now in the worst case.
Yeah, and traditionally, even in the short term, like that seems to be what sells.
Yeah.
Like even the Pikachu piece that I bought, it's definitely the least valued of the three, just because it's the non-crypto related art piece. But that's kind of why it resonated more with me. Like it was something more personal, not so much.
Sure.
Dude, crypto is like part of my life too much. Yeah. 24/7. It's like crypto's on my mind, dude. So it's like something I can like look at and like actually escape from the crypto madness is like that's what I wanted.
No, I mean, and then plus it plays
like
on
a rotting Pikachu is just. Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it plays to the hands of people who like Pokemon, and so that's its own speculative pool of people.
Yeah, maybe in the future. Yeah, I don't think many like Pokemon fanboys are clued into crypto art, at least not yet.
Yeah, you know? Not yet, but they will be. They will be because, dude, digital collectibles. I mean, that's right up everybody's alley.
Yeah, I think so too, man.
Especially the Zoomers, man. If the Zoomers aren't aware, they're aware of what's going on. They just don't have the money.
No, they're not aware of this stuff, but they have the money too, and they're blowing it on like digital collectibles for their games like Fortnite and Minecraft.
Yeah,
and Roblox.
But man, there's still a lot of kids out there that don't know what's going on, man. They're like just still playing Call of Duty and like that's it.
Because that shit's fun, dude. Like, what do you mean?
I don't know, man. I have a feeling that if I was in high school or whatever, I'd be like clued in as to what's going on right now with crypto.
Potentially.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, we say that, but we missed the YouTube thing, and
Yeah, well, what the fuck were we doing in high school, dude? I didn't catch any waves. Like I missed everything in high school. You know, I was just playing WoW all the fucking time, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I told you to stop that, dude.
It's all right. Many good memories were had.
Yeah.
So I'm content. I'm content
Oh,
with that.
but so yeah, so there's Fewocious. I mean, what else do we want to talk about today? Oh, we had Ethermon, Decentraland Game Jam, Bitcoin, Stock to Flow. Let me just put this on the map here.
Yeah, there's bigger things happening in the world.
Oh yeah. So other than like Bitcoin dominating the whole planet in terms of returns on investment, Ethereum's catching up, man. Ethereum right now is at $730. And so we're
Still
about
has a long way to go.
yeah, we're about halfway its all-time high, which I mean, if you're paying attention, Ethereum reaching its all-time high will double your investment, and then
Yeah.
if it's like travels along Bitcoin's path of $100,000 to $200,000, you're talking about a $5,000 to $10,000 Ethereum when this is said and done.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean,
what does that purple line right there represent?
I think this is purple line here is the stock to flow over 10 days versus the stock to flow over 463 days. So once, like say for example right here, this
is that like the halvening or something?
Yeah, the halvening is right here, this corner, and this is the next corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess the stock to flow is the amount of Bitcoin entering into circulation versus the amount of Bitcoins currently in circulation.
Oh, okay.
So it's following the stock to flow over 463 days almost exactly, which is what most people were predicting. Anyone who knows the nonlinear regression curve and the stock to flow model, like this is exactly what they were expecting. And
it's actually, yeah.
It's just interesting that it's actually coming true. And there's no reason to doubt that it's not going to do this for the next 120 years that's left in Bitcoin. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be $1 trillion per Bitcoin. It just means it's going to follow the nonlinear regression curve, which is an asymptote to a potential $10 million Bitcoin, if not a little bit more than that at the end of the day. So
basically you want to be selling anytime the little rainbow line goes above the blue line, right? The steady blue line.
Pretty much.
And then you want to be selling anytime or a good time to sell is when it goes below. Oh yeah, you want to be buying, I mean.
Yeah, so here's a good dip. This is when we started the podcast, when it was like $3,500 or so.
Yeah.
And then we saw the $14,000 Bitcoin here.
That was a good time to sell.
That was a good time to sell.
If you would have been watching this blue line, dude.
That's right.
Fucking A.
That's right. And then here's the pandemic dip here to around 4,000, and then obviously
real good time to buy.
Yeah, and then obviously a $27,000 Bitcoin on average right now.
So it's probably gonna ride up. It's gonna ride up this little slanty line, this hypotenuse line.
Yeah. It's gonna.
But it's not gonna go too much higher than it. Yeah, it's gonna oscillate its way up, right?
Yeah.
And then once it hits the flat line, it's just gonna fucking moon.
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, it's the speculation is, it could go to $200,000 or $300,000, but nobody really knows. And it seems like it's completely possible because we have these huge institutions buying $1 billion worth of Bitcoin like every week or so, and so it's totally possible. And then the other speculation was that this could be like a super cycle where it could go to maybe $500,000, and then the crash price is going to be $80,000 or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
So nobody knows. It's hard to know, but I mean, everyone needs to be aware of this because if you're not paying attention, then your family are probably buying Bitcoin at $150,000, thinking that it's going to go to $1 million just because it's Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Well, seems like this chart came out of nowhere. Like, at least with the additional lines. I remember the rainbow lines, but not these other lines.
Yeah, well, this is the real-time depiction of stock to flow. But
Okay.
check this out, dude. This is the yearly candles of Bitcoin.
Oh,
From
wow.
2009 all the way to 2020, dude.
Damn, a lot more green than I was expecting.
Yeah, right?
I mean, it makes sense, dude. Bitcoin's been on like the fattest heater of all time. Like, but yeah, to actually see the candles, fuck.
Yeah,
But
dude.
see,
I mean,
you see like an obvious trend though, right? The shortening of these candles, like the big ones.
yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly.
They get shorter and shorter as
Yeah,
time goes
and
on, dude.
yeah, that's true. That's true, dude. So
So,
so let's take a step back here. So we had the happening in, what was it, 29? That's 2013. We had it in 2017, right? Or 2016?
2016.
Yeah, it's 2016.
Yeah.
So then 2012 was a halving. We had the cycle. Okay. So what I'm trying to gauge is this candle here in 2016 is 2020, the equivalent of 2020 for us.
Interesting.
And so what does that mean? So 2012 or 2011? Something like that, dude. The all-time high of Bitcoin in 2013, I guess it was near $1,000.
But what are you trying to paint?
So I'm trying to say,
Picture-wise?
2020 is the 2016, or it's the
Yeah, yeah,
2012.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So 2012. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they're like the little chode candles, basically, like
Yeah,
the happening years.
yeah,
But immediately after post happening years is like the full torqued
yeah.
phallic candles, right?
Right.
Yeah, dude. So we got like a big green dildo on the way, right? Pretty much. It's coming. Is what you're
Yeah,
saying?
it's coming. So yeah,
just
we don't have perspective here as to. Yeah, I can't really manipulate this chart here.
Oh yeah.
Well, here it is. So here's 100,000.
Jeez, we're already like almost halfway there.
Yeah. So I mean,
Can you draw?
no, you can't.
Okay.
Zoom in, zoom out, auto scale. So yeah, $100,000. It doesn't look like a huge candle here, dude. It's just
Yeah, it
like
looks
a
like
little.
one of the. It looks like an average size candle.
Yeah,
You know,
that's right.
it's crazy.
So
Dude, it's always nice to see like these different perspectives.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah,
Just
that's
to
why I
kinda,
wanted to
like,
show
just
this.
to cool your skepticism. You know, because like your monkey brain starts thinking like 100,000 is way too much.
That's
But
right.
once you
But it's
actually
not.
see like, yeah, it's not.
Dude, even
According to this.
yeah, even trying to get to 1 million. I mean, that's like a healthy candle to get to 1 million.
It's true, man. But there's gonna be some chodes along the way for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. So this doesn't mean Bitcoin's going to 1 million this cycle. It just means that it's easy to get to 100,000. I mean,
yeah.
right now we're hovering around 27. I mean, this is let me show you this chart. That way you get some perspective. All right, here we go. So let me turn off all this noise. And
Yeah, when you start looking at this chart, that's when things get skeptical again.
yeah. Now let me turn on the log. So this is
yeah.
This
now we look rational again.
Yeah, it looks rational, right? And let me zoom down to 100,000. I mean, it's not crazy right here, dude. This is not like crazy.
Yeah, it's not. I think we're definitely banking on it at this point.
Yeah. So yeah,
it makes sense. I think it could definitely happen. I'm not seeing like too much like retail FOMO yet, but this is probably more of like an instant. People are saying things about like super cycles and whatnot, right? Like,
yeah,
this is more of like the breakout year for the institutions.
Yeah, I think so. I think this cycle is about institutions like really helping the price, pump to over 100,000, and then the next cycle, that's when countries start stepping in and they're amassing like tens of billions to hundreds of billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin.
Holy shit, that's kind of scary.
Yeah,
It's
and
scary to
like
think
$100
about.
billion to a country. I mean, that's not even 1% of of their stockpile. I bet.
Yeah,
As a
probably
matter of
not.
fact, NASA requests 1% of taxes, which is about $100 billion.
They requested that.
Yeah, I mean for funding, right? Their yearly funding is about 100
Oh,
billion. Yeah,
oh, so they actually get that
yeah,
allocation.
they
That's
they
not bad.
actually get it. Yeah,
Yeah, good thing most people don't know that, or most people probably be pissed. It's like, why are we spending 1% of our taxes on
yeah,
stupid space stuff? You know what I mean?
which is nonsense.
Yeah,
If you
I
guys,
agree.
yeah, if you guys don't understand like what the point of space exploration is, then you know, I
What's
guess
the point, dude?
go to Neil deGrasse Tyson. He'll explain it to you a billion different ways. But
Hmm.
the main point is solving problems in space allows you to solve problems on Earth
Like inadvertently, right? Or like,
inadvertently, not inadvertently, and on purpose too.
yeah.
Like terraforming Mars allows us to terraform Earth, right?
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, all of it is good, right? Everything costs money, and that's money well spent.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it'd be nice if we could like consolidate our efforts as like a species from time to time and like get things done a lot quicker. Like, imagine if the whole world thought that was like a valid goal. It's like we really should learn how to terraform Mars just in case we really fuck up our own planet,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely, dude.
And if like the whole planet just said like, you know what, let's do it.
Yeah,
Could you like that shit would get done so fast? It's because we'd have so many
yeah.
resources
It's
allocated to
well, they
that.
did it once, the Manhattan Project, right?
Yeah, exactly. Think like I think this COVID shit, these new vaccines that are rolling out. I don't know the data yet as far as like how successful they have been. I'm not hearing reports of like mass death or anything like that. It's been like a solid 2 weeks since people have started, you know, taking these vaccines. But I
Yeah,
think like the method of the delivery is like this whole new innovative concept. I think, at least for vaccines, I think they've been using it in cancer therapy forever.
right.
But I remember back in college hearing about these mRNA like delivery systems, for vaccines as like concept. That was like 8 years ago, and now it's being like massively produced, and like everyone's about to inject themselves with this shit. Like I think that's pretty cool, and I don't think that ever would have happened if it wasn't like for a big global pandemic, right?
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
yeah, like the whole world is united to tackle the same issue.
Right, right.
So fuck. What that means, I don't know, dude. Back to Bitcoin.
Yeah. No, I mean, no, I totally agree. I think there's a lot of anything that uses a scientific method should be invested in. Period. And
Mm.
that, by definition, would be any scientific endeavor from solving COVID to going to Mars to terraforming Mars. I mean, imagine if in Mars you have no choice but to figure out how to sustainably feed a community. And if you can figure that out in Mars, you can take that same technology and apply it to Earth. And
Mm-hmm.
you could feed the entire human population with that same technology. Like what is the problem with that? I don't know.
It just doesn't fall in line with like our incentive models.
Oh, for sure. I mean, think
Yeah.
about it. It should, in this particular case, it should. And I know we're going on a huge tangent here, but it should because if you could feed everyone on the planet, you would enable the next 4 or 5 Elon Musks, or you would enable billions of people who are not participating in the economy to participate because they have food at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
So that means Apple's $1 trillion company can become now 10 trillion, right? Elon can sell more cars to more people.
Yeah.
It's good for the billionaires. It's also good for everyone else because now more people are making stuff, more people are buying stuff. It's good for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know how we got here, but
It's just
Bitcoin,
the
right?
nature of life, dude.
Yeah.
Takes us all over the place.
So yeah, Bitcoin's a big deal. Everybody knows that, or those of you listening already know that.
Yeah, Bitcoin's doing its thing like we said it would, and yeah, I think the majority of us are just kind of like waiting for it to chill out so we can get to the real fun.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
altcoin fun.
And speaking of
That's
fun, Cover Protocol had their own fun, and they got compromised. And
Oh no. Yeah. So big apologies to anybody who a couple weeks ago I was definitely, I wouldn't call it shilling. It was like borderline shilling, but I was more. We were like, I was presenting a thesis, I guess, to Will on this show about how like anything Andre Cronje touches turns to gold. And Cover was like the latest
the prime
evidence
example.
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so if you watch that, it took that as like some kind of buy signal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but nobody saw this coming. So
yeah, not even Cover.
yeah, that's the big irony of the situation, right? Like they're supposed to be the protocol to cover the protocols that have these things happen to them, I guess.
Right.
So it's like, who covers Cover at this point, Well, I guess nobody, because look at that price drop, dude. Fucking A.
Yeah, 72% in the day.
Yeah, that's one hell of a tumble, dude. So what happened?
So it looks like their protocol got exploited, and you can stake and mine at will. And let me see. Let me click on this guy here. It says Cover exploit infinite minting bug on their incentives contract. So you can stake, unstake plus claim, and then restake and repeat.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and so this is the example.
Well, what's he showing here? People doing that exact thing?
Yeah, pretty much.
I see million. Okay. Well, fuck.
Yeah, so it got exploited, and now the price started dropping. So now they're talking about, if I go back to the Cover, they're talking about doing a new Cover token through a snapshot before the minting exploit was abused. And what's interesting is this guy. So he took a snapshot of this transaction where the hacker actually returned all the funds.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So 4,350 Ether was returned by the hacker, and he added a little note there that says, "Next time, take care of your own shit."
Wow. What an amazing hacker, dude.
Now, this hacker should have said, "Next time, cover your own shit." But
yeah, that would have been way more meme worthy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you definitely got to take advantage of that meme opportunity,
dude.
What a whiff.
Of course, especially if you're returning the money, you gotta meme this.
Yeah.
But I guess it didn't happen.
So that's interesting. So they're relaunching a whole new token, but the protocol stays the same. Now they're just going to correct that mistake, I guess. Maybe if they haven't invested in an audit, I think now is the time to do one.
Yeah. Not only that, man, check this out. This is from Grap Finance. So then you do a little search here. Let's look up Grap.
Okay.
And then wait, sorry, I clicked on the wrong one.
Graph. Yeah.
Grap Finance. Here we go. I was gonna say 50. Look at that. 2,234% on the day, dude.
What do they do?
And it's just a sushi protocol.
I mean, like a fork of sushi?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's a yield farming protocol.
Yeah.
But so what's their affiliation with this?
They're the ones who hacked it and took the 4,000 ETH and then returned it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that. So that just kind of like catapults their perceived valuation, I guess. Like you assume people, with the knowledge and know-how to like hack these other juggernaut protocols, like therefore, these guys have some talented devs, right?
Yeah.
I guess that's the speculation here. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
because it's not like they kept that money, like.
I mean, this is a huge advertisement for Grap Farmer, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I probably never would have heard of this shit if they didn't do that.
Exactly.
So I wonder if that's why they did it.
Yeah, and what's interesting is that this is the equivalent of wine farming. So whenever you get a new bottle of wine, you can see it on OpenSea. So they've implemented NFTs with their farming.
It sounds very familiar.
Yep.
I've heard of this before.
Yeah, here are all the wines, dude.
Wow. Rio, if you're watching this, dude.
Yeah, look at this noisy boat.
Yeah.
Emerald wine. Yeah, for you guys listening, definitely watch the YouTube channel. There's juicy content here if you want to look at wines. Look at Joker 2009. See, that's what's brilliant about some of these protocols is that they're implementing NFTs that have like infinite possibilities. Like there is no such thing as a Joker 2009 wine, but here it is.
I mean, this is just art, right? Like, there's no actual like physical wine going on here.
No, this is just art. Yeah.
Okay, it's just art. It's just like different wine bottle art.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, you're right, man. It's infinite possibilities. Like, so you can classify your yield farming as like any niche, really, and just let it go from there. That's interesting. That's crazy. I had no idea that's what went down. But either way, so yeah, Cover is still functioning as a protocol, just like Luciano says here.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah. So Cover is probably going to do a new smart contract, patch up this whole issue new tokens, and what's going to be interesting is now that Cover is part of the Andre Cronje cartel, how quickly the price recovers, if at all. But still useful protocol. They're not going anywhere. This happens, you know.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, even Andre got hacked before, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, his smart contracts have been exploited too.
So if anything, this is just more like in line with their philosophy of doing things, right? Like they're very like YOLO about their development.
Yeah.
But that's why they're able to innovate and push things forward so quickly. You know,
that's right.
They don't spend so much time like junking things in the process of developing them and like starting over, trying to find like the perfect rollout of things. They execute and roll it out, and the communities like almost instantly gravitate towards these things, you know?
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah, so I think that covers everything we wanted to talk about, right, I-Man? I think we got Cover. Man, I feel like we're missing one thing.
I can't think about anything. We gave out our wearables.
Yeah.
We talked about Decentraland's chilling. We got another big year ahead of us. And
Red Pill Finance. I think this guy has been on point on like predicting the next couple of coins that are about to take off. He was talking about Celsius. You mentioned that, right, I-Man?
Oh, he's been talking about Celsius. He's been the loudest, like. Literally, like, pretty much telling you straight up, like, if you're not buying Celsius, you're a fucking dumbass type, pretty much. And he's been right all along. And I'm definitely that dumbass because I never bought any, even though I saw those tweets coming from him.
Yeah.
Constantly. And for some reason, I don't know what it is, man. I guess it's just tunnel vision, but like, I just never did the investigation.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you want to pull. Yeah, it's in the top 25 now, dude. It's unreal.
Top 25. Jeez. Let me look this up. Celsius Network. Damn.
Ooh, it's number 20, dude. Just keeps chugging.
Damn. So let's look at the max here. Wow, dude.
What the?
Wow.
Yeah, so he was definitely. I've been seeing his tweets since like the start of the year. So I had the opportunity to buy like around January, February, March time zone. So yeah, you kind of get an idea of where how much I missed out on. Like, holy crap, dude.
Wow. That's
so what we should probably do a deep dive here pretty soon. Maybe not right now, but unless you want to just like riff Celsius Network.
Yeah, no, let's do a deep dive for the next run. But first, initial reactions, pretty nice website.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, hold on. This is crypto on your terms. Okay. Immediately you see APY. That's already attractive. Not the most craziest APYs we've seen in this space.
Yeah, but these are reasonable and sustainable compared to everything else we've seen. We've seen 1,000, 2,000 API for sushi protocols and stuff like that. But
that's right. So that leads me to believe like there's more legitimacy behind this.
yeah,
like you're saying, more actual like long term, big money implications, because big money's not going to trust some fucking DApp protocol that's promising you 1,000% annual returns and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know.
So use your crypto to borrow dollars or stable coins. Loans start at just 1% APR.
Okay.
Earn more crypto with your crypto.
I mean, just off of like.
So this is like
initial reaction. It's not, huh?
This looks like mainstream adoption level website for crypto.
For DeFi?
For DeFi, yeah.
So yes, yeah, pretty much. Like this looks like an all-in-one like shop for DeFi.
Yeah.
You know, and it's presented very like commercially friendly.
Wait
like,
a minute. Crypto with a conscience. By sharing up to 80% of our revenue with our users, saving is worth it again, and financial freedom is back on the market. So 8 billion in loans processed, 276,000 number of users.
Holy crap.
3 billion in community assets. Dude, Red Pill's like, look at these fools.
Yeah. Safe and trusted. 24/7 global reach, mobile friendly. So who the fuck is behind this? Who made this?
So Bloomberg says Celsius is the second largest in assets with over 3.3 billion in coins executing 350 million in sell tokens. Forbes says how crypto innovator Alex challenges Fed monetary policy.
That sounds like an interesting article. See, that's what I always talked about. Like these DeFi protocols, they're operating under heavily regulated territory, and most of them are anonymous for that reason.
Dude, this is like.
But this guy.
This is slightly frustrating.
Why is that? Because we missed this?
No, because it's like you know, when you first hear of Bitcoin, it's like, oh, this is like fake news. And you don't pay attention to it until like something big happens, like all-time high is $1,000. It's like piques your radar, you buy in, and then it dumps to like $200, and you're like, dude, it was a scam. Mm-hmm. And like we keep hearing of, let's say for example, Celsius, but we never even look into it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
there's just too many. You know what? There's just too many things to look at. That's the problem.
Yeah, like how do you gauge? Well, it's not even about gauging. It's just.
Yeah, how do you know? Let's say, how do you know this was going to do 100x back when it was like 6 pennies?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, how does this project? How do you predict when this was 6 pennies? How do you predict that this was going to do 100x in a year?
Well, the thing is, just based off the chart, they have a pretty good history, right? Like going back into 2019. So this is like in the same. Hold on, how far back is it? Yeah, like into like 2019, right? Or 2018.
Yeah, see? October 2018.
So this thing's been in development. I would categorize this like in the same blanket as like, you know, the Compound and the MakerDAO token. Like these are like the OG DeFi.
Yeah, but Compound just released this year, dude.
So even more than like these guys are even ahead of Compound as far as like tokenizing their DeFi platform.
Yeah.
How the fuck we missed out on that? I don't know, dude. You know, they must not have done much marketing like during like these because these earlier years, you know, and then all of a sudden it just took off from there. But
yeah, it took off September 2020 from 37 cents to now $4.
Well, that's when everything took off in DeFi. But yeah, this thing never stopped. Just kept going. A lot of DeFi has like gone through like painful corrections since then, you know. But yeah, I agree with you, dude. I'm equally frustrated. Another opportunity, another boat just sailing by, but
yeah, well, it sailed. It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. There's no way I'm touching this now, dude.
Yeah, absolutely not.
But if you did, congrats, and shout out to Red Pill if you do watch this or not. But yeah, I've been following your Twitter posts for almost a year now, and unfortunately, it doesn't penetrate this thick skull.
Yeah,
So
I
fucked
mean,
up.
look at him. This is 20 hours ago. He says people just have no idea how large this is gonna be.
He's totally right, dude. I had no idea. No fucking idea, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, like we said, pay attention to Andre Cronje's Twitter.
And now Red Pill.
And Red Pill too, dude. If you want to find it, if you want to find another like hidden gem, maybe he'll find it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, we've been following this guy for a while too, so no excuse.
And he's a MetaZone member. He owns Metas. He really likes what we're doing. So shout out to him.
Yeah.
If he likes what we're doing, and if he thinks we have the same potential as a Celsius or whatever, then that means we're doing something right.
Yeah, listen to Red Pill then. Definitely.
He has the good intuition. So appreciate you, Red Pill. Hopefully you're doing well with all your new riches you've acquired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we need to learn from that, dude. We need to figure out and start looking for these new up and comers that are under the radar today.
We're gonna develop a system for like uncovering this stuff, because this is not so much as art as it is like, I don't know, man, metrics. Something that projects have that have like problem solving capabilities, like Celsius, and obviously Bitcoin and DeFi. All these are solving problems, right? It shouldn't be hard to determine what problems these projects are solving to, see a potential 100x return. So
yeah,
so we'll come up with a system that's going to help us, and then not only us but you guys as well.
Totally, we'll get cracking on that right now.
All right, guys. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at The Block Runner and at MetaZone.io. And let's see if we get back together sometime this week and hopefully get the video out before 2021. But other than that, have a happy and safe New Year's. And, maybe we'll see you this year or next year.
Hell yeah. Either way, we'll be here. We're not going anywhere yet.
Yeah, man. All right, guys.
Peace out.